Well, here we are with another product slash review, kind of just chit chat, I guess, more than anything. We have a couple belts and some accessories to consider today, and so let's just dig right on in. First thing we're going to talk about here is this black section, which is a Condor tactical belt. Now this ran somewhere around, I want to say $15. Now it comes in other colors, OD green, coyote brown, and then multicam. And if you get the multicam, it's going to cost more. I think these run anywhere from 15 to 25 depending on what you get as far as the color goes. And typically it'll come with two of these. These are pistol mags, which you get two of them, and while we might be used to our mags being vertical, these attach horizontal, as you can see. So that might be, an area of concern for you. It comes with two of them. If you're used to drawing from your mags like this, they mount like this, and they kind of slide around a little bit. So as you can see, I don't have them attached. I don't use them. But Condor's at least kind enough to give you two pistol mags pouches to attach to their tactical belt. Now, you probably already noticed, hey, there's something going on with that buckle on there. And that's because this is what it comes from stock, let's say. Plastic buckle, which I'm sure is tough. I don't know how durable something like this is, so I upgraded to a Cobra buckle, and it's black, but I shot it with a little bit of flat drab, kind of olive green color, just because I'm like that. So rather than taking a chance on a plastic buckle failing on me, because there is weight being carried on here and get bumped around and banged around, so I wanted to make sure that I didn't have any kind of catastrophic failure in the field. So I forked out another $30-40 for a Cobra buckle to stick on there to replace this plastic one. So Cobra buckle, you got to be careful on Amazon and places like that, because there are counterfeits on there. But yeah, this is a whole lot more durable. It's aluminum. It's going to take a beating much better than plastic. So that's really the only weak spot that I can think of on the belt. It's adjustable via Velcro here. The inside of the belt has Velcro lining, so you can snug it up or loosen it up as you need, and they come in different sizes too. But there is a good amount of adjustment available on that belt for your sizes. Again, these are like $15-20, maybe 25 if you get the multicam. I had a black one because, and well, there's no molly on these belts. It's just what you see here is the way it is all the way around. And but it's meant to be combined with something like this coyote brown piece here. This is the Condor Gen 2 battle belt, and it has nice padding around it, and your points here for connecting suspenders, which I've got BDS brand suspenders on here. It's really nice. It helps to take some of the weight off of your carrier and other load-bearing items, puts things in an intuitive place, and the suspenders really help with distributing that weight, so you're spreading it out over your upper body rather than just relying on this belt on your hips, which will be jostling all over. So plus it's just added security in the event something happens to your buckle. It'll still be wobbling like a floppy piece of bacon, but the suspenders will at least keep it on you. So as far as the battle belt goes, I want to say that's right around the same price as the tactical belt, again depending on whether or not you get the multicam. I think this was right in the ballpark of $20 for me as well. So I've got maybe $70 when it's all said and done invested in the belts and the buckle. So it's not bad. Now granted, You could spend $75, $80, $100 up front and just get a belt that's already equipped this way. But, you know, I sometimes do things the painful and silly way. So, gradual purchases over time. So that's really the extent of the actual belts there. Not much to say other than that, you know, they do their job. They're comfortable. They've held up in the little bit that I've used them. So no major wear and tear issues or anything of that nature. Stitching has been good. Now granted, I don't carry a ton of weight on here because, you know, as much as it's nice to distribute your weight around your body between your back and your chest and your hips, your back does a much better job, your upper body, carrying weight than your hips. Your hips are where a lot of your power comes from, but I think it's like an ounce on your hips is like the equivalent of a pound or a couple pounds on your back for weight carrying ability. So I'm pretty mindful of what I put down here. The things that aren't super heavy, but you know, it can be cumbersome or clunky to just have them all strapped on your chest or on your plate carrier. So, you know, first thing that you can see here that I have on is kangaroo pouch. Again, it's Condor, open top, has a little bungee cord in there. I've got a AR-15 M4 style magazine, P-mag in there, and then I've also got my 9mm pistol mag right here. So yeah, I carry some magazines on my chest, carry some on my belt. And right here, I've got just this, it's a Condor pistol holster, and it's adjustable. It's got all kinds of little, yeah, I got fuzzies on here. Adjustability, it's not quick. I'll tell you that much. It's not fast. If you are in a fast draw competition, this is not the holster for you, but it will hold your pistol in the event that you need it. It's not really hard to take apart. It's basically a snap and a Velcro piece that clips it all together, but you're not going to be speed drawing from this thing. So if that's a concern of yours, by all means, there's a lot of options out there for whatever your pistol might be. I do have a drop leg holster too, but this just, you know, seemed a bit more intuitive since when I open carry, my pistol's on my hip, and this puts it closer on my hip than down on my thigh somewhere. Alright, so let's keep looking around here. Next thing I have is my Big Bad Boo Boo kit. It's more than a boo boo kit. I got a lot of stuff in here. See my blood type on there, O negative. Yeah, I got the good stuff that everybody wants. But, you know, again, that's just another Condor pouch set up there. The zipper's held up well. Haven't had any issues with that. I'm not going to go through the contents of that, but, you know, there's basic bandages and seals and tourniquets and quick clot stuff, you know, all that, you know, stuff that you might need if somebody gets a couple holes put in them, or yourself. Hydration, I've got some extra water on here, and I store some odds and ends stuff like, well, let's take a look real quick. I don't want to pull it all out, but yeah, I've got, you know, a MRE kind of coffee thing if I want to do that. Toilet paper, chewing gum, you know, just little accessory type things that come in an MRE in here that, you know, seem to be intuitive to have where, you know, you store some extra water. And this is just a big old Nalgene in there, and this is nice. This is from Condor as well. It's insulated. I'm not saying it'll work long term, but you know, it'll keep it cool at least for a little bit, or hot, depending on what you put in there. I don't know if I'd put hot stuff in a plastic Nalgene carabiner, because you never know when you might need something like that. Next thing I got on here, this is a saw mag pouch, 100 round, and I just put munchies in there, little things to chew on, snack on. Now granted, this is on the back side of the belt. You know, I have my water and my food on the back. So it's not necessarily easy to grab, but it's there. You know, in the event that there's a couple minutes while you're out in the field, you're taking a break, and you need something to drink, something to eat. Now, I usually have a Camelback on my back anyway, but it always helps to have a way to refill things. But yeah, you know, this is just a empty pouch to put things in as needed. And typically, like I said, I just shove some granola bars or something like that in there. I've got my mag collection, so I can put my magazines in there, just boom, unvelcro it, rolls out. Got some spare, kind of speed clips and D-rings and stuff because, hey, you never know. Got a flashlight, red, helps when reading maps and things of that nature at night. And it's adjustable how big or bright you want the beam. A couple more Kangaroo M4/pistol mags. And this one, keep my handy dandy multi-tool. So yeah, that's the belt setup right there. I know it's not anything fantastic or super exciting. This is how I equip mine. With the Molly stuff, you can always adjust things around. Would I recommend it? Sure, I don't see a reason not to, as far as the Condor brand goes. I know there's a ton of companies out there that offer the same thing, and your mileage may vary on those different brands, but everything that I've bought from Condor over the years has been incredibly reliable, rugged, and hasn't given me any issues. So this is my belt and my suspenders. I can't remember how much the suspenders cost. They weren't terribly expensive. So again, though, there's tons of options on that out there as well. Hey, I was a skeptic on belts for a long time because, you carry the things you need on your carrier or maybe in an assault pack or something like that. But a couple buddies sold me on the idea, and just redistributing the weight differently on your body makes a world of difference. So if this is something that you haven't considered, consider it. If you're just a belt only guy and you're putting a ton of stuff on there, you're doing yourself a disservice. Get yourself something up on your chest, whether it's just a load-bearing vest or something like that. Spread that weight out. Make your life a little bit easier so you're not just carrying it all in one spot. You got your whole upper body to work with there, and make your life a whole lot better, a whole lot easier. Okay, hey, I hope that you like this brief little video. I know I don't put a ton of them up, and I never ask you to subscribe or click like or anything like that because it doesn't really matter. I just do this for fun. But yeah, some great Condor stuff here today. Hope that you like the content in there. Can't really give you a whole lot of other content on this because it's a belt and it does what it's supposed to do. So, hey, stay free, rock on out there, folks, and I hope that you're having an awesome time. And we will see you with the next video whenever that happens to be. Take care.